right, here we go. Anybody here yet? Hello, peoples.
It's okay. It'll be just us on the show, and it'll be just us chatting in the chat.
It's a rainy day.
It's a rainy day, yes.
Let's do a little bat signal.
What's up, Rev? What's up, Sarah? How are y'all? What's up, Joe?
Yo, Jojo. All right. Cool. All right, I got all the things ready to go here. Guess we could probably do a show, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna check my Facebooks real quick.
I'm just gonna get it on Facebook real quick.
I'm sharing on my Facebook so that one person can see it.
Making coffee.
Making copies. Cool.
I have 4 monitors and a Wacom tablet.
Bragger. Studio control. All right, cool. I think we're ready to do a show. We don't really have anything, but
that's all right.
You know, short show.
We don't have. We'll come unprepared, and it'll be a 2-hour show.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. No, let's do an hour because we got like the whole hour thing after it that we're gonna tag onto the end. So. You know.
Like you do.
Like you do. All right. Cool. All right. I guess that's it. Let's do a show. Ready?
Yep.
All right. What's up and welcome to another Mograph Mocast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt.
And that's it today. It's just us. A little cancellation. So it's going to be the two of us today, which is fine because we just went to...
doing this.
Yeah, we just went to Columbus and did a little talk there. So we are going to tag that onto the end. I was hoping I could get the video done in time to like play it on this stream at the end of it, but yeah, I didn't get it done.
That's okay.
So the audio will be on there, and then the video will be posted separately on our YouTube channel. You can check it out. We did a little talk on NFTs and AI.
Yeah.
That was
People
fun.
were much more interested in the AI stuff than they were the NFTs.
They were.
Which is fine. Fine.
Yeah, I was telling Julie about that. I'm like literally nobody asked any questions about NFTs. It was a good presentation. Fun. That's the thing. It was a good presentation on NFTs. Just it was like, Yeah. Like nobody cared, you know. And that's an interesting observation, I guess.
I was actually I was really worried that, because there's a lot of hate with NFTs. There's also, some murmurings about AI generated art and stuff,
right.
But I feel like by the end of it, we totally sold people on it.
Yeah. I think
like,
it was.
I think people, you start talking about AI generated art, and people get all up in arms a little bit. But then, I was kind of worried.
Yeah.
But then it was like once we did the actual, hands-on thing where we did with everyone was into it. It was cool.
Yeah, that was actually fun. I managed to get my phone tethered enough so we could get Midjourney working, and it was cool. I think a lot of people have heard about it, according to what we'd asked. Some people had tried it, and it was fun to do with a group of people and kind of like see the spark. You know, I think a lot of people were like, oh, okay, I got to get into this, and so. That was fun. The NFT stuff, you kind of talked about the fact that, we went through the boom, and then here's where things were going, and now we're in this dip, and a lot of it has to do with the economy and crypto winter, all of that, and about how it's going to normalize, and eventually
it will normalize. It will normalize. There's going to be. Like I've said from the very beginning, it's going to get to the point where it's like it's no different than selling a print or something like that. So you didn't do the spiel.
Oh yeah. And Mograph is a supplement to our site, mograph.com, which is a motion graphics tutorial site with tutorials, plugins, podcasts, and other Mograph stuff. And on the show, we talk about everything ranging from motion graphics to Cinema 4D, After Effects plugins, render engines, doing business, doing taxes, being a contractor, or working for the man. You can email us info@mograph.com. Let us know what you think about the show. Questions, comments, concerns, queries, grievances, artist suggestions, show topic ideas. We're on mograph.com and youtube.com/mograph if you'd like to check out our things and stuffs.
Yep. Well done.
Yes. Hit us up if you've got questions. It can be noob. It can be about any topic you'd like. It could be about NFTs, even like Unreal Engine. We can go into all sorts of stuff. There's great resources out there that we can direct you to if we don't know the answer to a question.
Right.
So we're having like a super short episode today. Like you know,
That's
like
okay.
you do. We say that, but I think we have enough to go for an hour, and then we're going to play that audio at the end.
Yep.
So hopefully we still have electricity.
Yes.
Now it's like friggin' monsoon
It is
outside.
a rainy, floody day today. Took my wife 2 hours to get to work this
Gosh.
morning.
It's
They
like
had to-
flooding.
They had to stop the buses going
Wow.
to school because they parked the buses literally with kids on it, and they're like, we can't move. We
Well,
can't
we
go
were on
anywhere.
Discord beforehand, and I guess like when the dirt is super dry like that, it's harder for it to absorb, and
Yeah.
we've had like 40 days of 100-degree temperatures. It's just
Yeah.
god awful miserable here in Texas, and
Yep.
so with that we
It's
take
good.
you to
I
the
needed
weather.
it because my my I needed it because my sprinklers don't work. So there we
Yeah,
go.
it's crazy. Like my patio is underwater,
That's ridiculous.
which is insane. And I went ahead and turned off the breakers to it, but
That
it
was smart.
was, you know, I have all these safeguards in place in there. It's just low voltage LED, but
yeah.
they were still on, just under the water. I was like,
Yeah.
sweet. Well, that's good. I guess I did a good job.
Yep.
But yeah, so we're sitting here in the rain. I actually have the window open. I don't know if you can see
Wow.
like in the studio shot here or not, but like I have the window open right here for once, and because it's nice and gloomy outside, and I like that. I like to be in the rain and
Yeah,
you know
gotta-
have my fall candles lit.
I was gonna
you know.
say your PSL candles.
PSL. I've been burning them early. I've got extras from last year that I saved, and I have new ones, and I got the pumpkin going. I've got the fall leaves candles going in the other room. You know, I'm
Gross.
freezing it out up here with my air conditioner. It's raining. It's fall.
I hate fall smells like cinnamon and muskiness. Blech. So
cinnamon
gross.
cinnamon can be too much.
I am all about like fruity smells. I love like fruity smells.
Well, then you would like
know?
some of these candles that I got.
Eh,
Like right here, I've got this one is pumpkin.
Gross. Pumpkin
walnut,
is too musky. It's too
pumpkin
it's too
walnut
cinnamony.
pancakes or something.
Walnut. That's literally all the things I hate.
And we've got blueberry pancakes in the other room.
The blueberry one that you used to burn at Access was pretty good. That one was really good.
That was a Glade candle.
It was good. It was good.
That's poor people candles.
All right.
But I love I love that weather. Like doing art, and you know, it's like a scene from Chill Hop, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I guess.
it's a scene from Chill Hop, and you just like sit there by the rainy window, and your cat's there for some reason.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have a cat anymore. It's sad.
Oh. So I've got just random stuff on my list, and
Yeah.
you know, maybe we can touch more on the stuff that we did at the talk. The talk was fun. It was the Columbus
It was
Society.
a lot of fun. Yeah.
Columbus Society of Communicating Arts. We got to meet a bunch of people, and we went out to eat afterwards.
Had a real spicy taco.
We had a photo shoot.
Yeah,
wanna
that
see
was
those-
weird.
I want to see those photos. I know. It's like we're
That
not
was a little
famous
weird.
enough for this.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, we're totally not famous enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I do with my hands?
I know. But it was awesome, though. I mean, the pictures look good from what I saw, and I'd like to get them just, you know, to have around. It could be fun. And, yeah. Let's see what else is going on. I think Maxon is in the process of posting the SIGGRAPH presentations. You can check that out.
Cool.
Half Res is coming up, what, 3 weeks from now? Something like that?
I think it's less than that, man.
Hmm.
1, 2. It's 2.5 weeks.
So not next weekend or
And
the
then
weekend
camp
after,
is
but the
after
weekend
that.
after. Ooh, we got a lot of work to do. And speaking of camp, if you're going to camp, let me just say, I hope you are ready. I hope you have read your emails. I hope you have signed up for the shuttle when you get there, because you don't just fly in and you're there. You got to get there. We're going to be sending out another email.
And so be ready. Don't think you're going to get there and then you're going to be able to relax a little bit. It's a little bit of a drive. And that's the point. Like, the point is we are separated from everyone else. So it's like an hour 20 drive. But I will say it is a beautiful drive the whole way there.
Yeah.
Like, crossing that bridge is really cool. You know, it's like 20 minutes Norfolk, 20 minutes over the bridge, and then 20 minutes in the country. And like, it doesn't feel like an hour and 20 or whatever.
Make sure that you sign up for that shuttle. And we're going to send out another email for your departure shuttle. We were waiting to get people's flight info in to kind of get a good idea of when the bulk of people are leaving and stuff, just so we can get that right.
And we will have shuttles going both Sunday and Monday.
Yes.
I believe.
Yes, I believe that's the case. I think most people are leaving on Monday, but, just in case, we'll have that too. We'll help you get to where you need to go. Make sure that you check your emails, though. And, linens, make sure you got your linens. Make sure
linens
you're
are the most
packed.
important. If you show up and you don't have like a sleeping bag or a pillow or like a towel, we can't help you.
Yeah, please be prepared.
Be prepared. Yeah.
Go to
the camp portal.
The camp portal. Yeah, which you should have in your email.
That will also give you a link to join our Discord channel. So come hang out with us on Discord.
And for sure.
Which will be great for the day of. We will have our phones with us at all times. So if there's any questions on the Discord, that's going to be the biggest thing. Yeah.
Assuming that you can get service. But yes.
Well, we will be able to get service. We'll be set up in the cafeteria. I think we're going to set up in the cafeteria. Okay. There's Wi-Fi in the cafeteria and close to it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We should
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We got a lot more prep to go, but
so much swag too. I think we've got almost all the swag done.
Yeah.
So,
got those bracelets done this week. I think they're looking cool.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
The COVID bracelets for your how comfortable you are around people. That way we don't have to have a discussion about it. You just put it on. Found tie-dye ones too. That was cool. Yeah. So cool. Little tie-dye bracelets goes with the theme. And man, that swag. So speaking of which, our sponsors are what makes our awesome swag possible.
Yeah, a huge shout out to all of our sponsors for camp. First off, Otoy. Otoy is sponsoring. It's our global sponsor, and so Otoy is presenting Camp Mograph, and because of that, we are able to do so much more this year. So we are incredibly thankful for Otoy, as well as our village sponsors, both Maxon and Video Copilot. Huge shout out to them. I did learn this week, I don't think Andrew Kramer is coming because he will be in France at the
at the thing Winbush was going to go to.
Yeah. So
okay.
I'm pretty sure he's going to be there. I'm not 100% sure. So, and then also our gold sponsor, Grayscale Gorilla, super excited to have them on board as well. So, it's gonna be so much fun. I haven't been having camp dreams yet. You know, like once we get closer to it, I'm probably gonna have more camp dreams. But you know, it's good stuff. I'm really excited about the workshops. We've got a bunch of like really great, like just a whole bunch of different stuff, you know, got a bunch of hands-on stuff, got a bunch of business stuff, you know, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Did you talk about the tie-dye already?
The tie-dye, I mean, yeah, we've talked about, so we've got Justin Biffer, on TikTok, his name is Justin Color, Just in Color, yeah. He's one of the top tie-dye artists in the world, and he's coming to camp to like do tie-dye with everyone.
If you've seen tie-dye stuff on TikTok, you've probably seen his stuff.
I mean, his stuff, like each of his shirts go for anywhere from $500 to $1,000 because they're so intricate. You know, he spends like 14 hours on one piece, you know, on one tie-dye. It's crazy. So,
and this is just a call out here, by the way. This Saturday, if you enjoy playing Halo, we're going to be playing Halo for Jags' birthday a little bit in the afternoon. So, Halo team, this is your call out right now. You better make it. Just letting people know. Anything else camp related that we want to talk about?
I don't think so. For those who are coming, just make sure join the Discord. because the Discord, we're all on it all the time.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Camp is so relaxing, and
relaxing.
everybody kind of like doesn't realize they need it until they get there, and then they're there, you know.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to it. I feel the same way. I get there and I'm like, oh yeah, this is relaxing. I like this.
Right.
And then I get home and I'm like, man, we need to do that more often. We need more than one a year.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
See about that.
Let's do it. Who's down? Let's do 2 a year. We're talking about doing some other things too next year, trying to get some more events and things going, some more meetups going. You know, we really wanted to try and get that stuff going this year, but you know, this is kind of a transition year, trying to get back to events and things, you know.
It really is, you know, and we're still dealing with COVID numbers and stuff like that, and like you never know if you never know if the next meetup is going to be the one that gets you sick.
And polio's making a comeback, especially in New York. They're finding it in the water supply, and they're like, okay, you know. Half res. Speaking of which, Sarah said, "See you at half res." Half res is going to be great. I think we've talked to a lot of people that are going to be there. We've got a lot of friends presenting. So if you are in the area, or if you think you can make it out on like a cheap Southwest flight, you should definitely come out and say hi.
Me, Dave, and Dryson are sharing an Airbnb.
That's right.
We didn't get one of the cool Airbnb like we have previous years. Unfortunately, that one's wasn't available. It's just sad.
Joey Camacho was talking about coming to camp. He can't now. I meant to tell you he can't make it now.
All right.
That would have been cool, but he was on our Discord the other day, and he was showing off this GPU spreadsheet, and it's pretty nice. It's like a comparison between everything, the overall cost, the CUDAs, the memory, like everything, and hopefully he'll post it. He said he was going to post it, but you know, I've been thinking about maybe like building a new machine sometime in the next year. And I think this time it's going to be something a little more beefy, possibly water cooled this time. I feel like I'm ready to take that step. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like I'm in my relationship with computers is ready to go to the next level.
You're ready to move in together?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, start sharing a toothbrush, you know?
Gross. I took one of my computers off my wall this weekend, you know, and put it in, because anytime I'd be rendering in Octane and having everything going full blast, and especially since I brought in this Wacom tablet and stuff like that, you know, because I've got my TV and I've got my refrigerator and stuff like that, and it's like
blowing the breakers.
I kept blowing the breaker, so I was like, all right, I got to move something. Right. So I moved one of my PCs into, I've got in my media room, you know, I've got a closet that I specifically had them run power to, and I had my gaming computer in there and like all my Xbox and stuff like that just run to the TV. So I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and run that in there, and then I'll just parsec. So I threw another monitor up here, and it's been okay. But I have noticed, did you notice that with parsec, you have to have a mouse plugged in? Otherwise, you can't see your mouse, and that's annoying. Yeah, that's super annoying.
But you can fix that easily.
Yeah, how?
You can put one of those. Well, yeah, or you could plug in one of those fake things. But I mean, it's pretty much the same. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the same cost to buy one of those $15 plugs or buy a cheap mouse.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I've got a mouse laying around or whatever. Yeah. But my kid's been using, he's got my old crappy iMac, you know, and so Parsec, they just updated to where, which you should talk about this because this was awesome. Yeah, so Parsec just updated to where you can use Mac as like your hosting. So he's able to now log into Parsec to my gaming computer and actually play games on his iMac, which
you could do that before.
What's funny is the iMac is old.
Oh, log into the iMac.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, yeah. So, you can log into.
But the iMac is old, so it only will work for the next 2 months on the current OS he's on.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So then he's like, well, can we get a new computer? How much did yours cost? And I'm like, dude, mine costs like $5,000 each. and he's like, okay, so what can I do for like the next 50 days to make $5,000? If I can make $100 a day. I was like, dude, your brother who works at a gas station, or your uncle who works at a gas station, doesn't make $100 a day. How are you gonna make $100 a day?
YouTube. So, that's the answer. That's what the kids are saying.
That's a huge problem though, man. Like kids and YouTube, like
they just think
it's like at what how do you regulate that? You know? Like I don't want him to become an asshole, you know? And where he's just on YouTube all day watching like Mr. Beast and like and all these other people who are just like pranking each other or whatever.
Kids
but
are just
I don't
gonna
want
start
him to
talking
feel,
like that all the time.
I don't
like
want
in
him
real
to
life.
feel like, you know, out of you know, that he's been sheltered or something like that. I don't
just
know.
Limit it. That's all. Because you don't want him like going up to people in real life, being like, "What's up, everybody?" Just like acting like a YouTuber in real life. Mash that like and subscribe button. What are you talking about? This is a gas station.
He keeps asking, you know, he's like, "Hey, can I start my YouTube? Hey, can I stream?" I'm like, dude, no. He's like 9. He's 9 and he wants to do all this stuff. And like, while I appreciate the hustle, you know, it's like, I don't know. I don't know, dude. You know, it's, I have been harassed and harangued on the internet so many times that I want to try and protect him from that, because I don't want him to know that the world is shitty. I want him to still think that the world is good.
Yeah, it'll be just a bunch of like people on the internet calling him names and things, because that's what people on the internet do.
So anyway,
okay,
talk about Parsec.
Yeah, so okay, I tried this out locally and it worked, but I tried this with the Mac. So now this game I was playing remotely in particular isn't one that requires like you to be like super fast. It's not like you're playing Halo or something, but I was wanting to play Stray remotely. So we had a good internet connection at the B&B we were staying at in Columbus. So I set up my laptop with Parsec, and Parsec has some weird voodoo it does in the background. If you have a controller connected, which I had my Xbox controller connected to my Mac, I just paired it with Bluetooth. It somehow sees it and sends it through as USB to the other computer.
It's crazy.
It sent it through, and my PC at home said, "Oh, you have an Xbox controller connected." And then I plugged in HDMI out of the laptop into the TV that was at the B&B, and I'm literally playing remote Stray.
It's so cool.
On a 3090 streamed across the country.
Right.
It's insane. It worked really well. I would forget that I was playing, you know, like remotely. It was so good. So, like I played for a while, like at least an hour and a half. Yeah. And so that was interesting. Another thing is we got these wireless microphones that we used for this presentation.
Oh my gosh, these DJI
I should grab them.
Wireless. Yeah, you should. These things, like, okay, they were $400, only $400. So like, while that's, you know, that's a little bit of money, you know. But,
yeah, they're expensive, but I mean, if you do this all the time,
you know the price of like an actual like Sennheiser lavalier mic, you know, it's really cheap for 2. You know, you're talking like a fraction of that cost, and they work so well.
Very well.
So well.
Very well. I'm like super stoked, because this is going to help us in a lot of situations. So this is what it looks like. It comes in a case, and you've probably seen some similar microphone setups like this before, but it is a charging case, so it has the USB on the back, you know, the USB-C. But when you open it on the inside here, and it should light up, you actually get a readout of everything on the inside. So on the inside, it's got 2 of these little microphone packs that look like this. Let me pull one out here.
And each of the packs can record locally.
Yeah. So this is a microphone.
As well as recording on the base. Is that true?
It doesn't record on the base, but it will send to the base. So
so you can go, you can record locally, and then it will send to the base, and you can go out of the base into a camera.
Yeah.
So you've got like 2 separate recordings.
So say you put this on like your collar, right? And it has a little thing you can screw on the top, like a windscreen or whatever. But also
For those on the podcast, it's about half the size of a lighter.
yeah, it's very
So,
small. It's got
yeah.
actually a microphone input jack on it if you
Yeah.
want to use that instead. It's got the record button here. So you hit record, it's recording on here. USB-C out on the side of it. You hook it up, it comes up like a drive. You dump the audio off. So you have two of
great.
those. And when it's in the case, it actually tells you like how much it's charged on the little readout on the middle part. Now, on the middle part, here's the thing. It's actually a touchscreen meter thing. You've got your
That's
meters.
insane.
It's touchscreen. There's all these different options on it. These things vibrate when you turn them on and off, so you can tell.
How long does it take to charge?
I haven't. I mean, I just keep plugging it in, but like it says, it has 15 hours of recording on this.
Wow. Okay.
You know, and it tells you that when it's in the dock. It tells you that here. Also, this thing has two different outputs on it. It's got a line out and a headphone out, and you've got controls over all of that. So I went out from this into a camera for reference. So we had a reference going remotely to the camera. It wasn't the best camera in the world. It's kind of dark,
Yeah.
but it's fine. Here's the other thing. On the bottom of this, you see there's a little thing where you can insert other pieces. So it comes with like different like clips and USB and also lightning.
Oh, nice.
So you got the lightning that goes on the bottom. You plug that into your phone. Now you're recording TikToks or videos on your phone with those microphones transmitting to it. And you can use two people. It is insane. Like, and it just all fits in this little deal. I'm telling you, like, if you need a solution for something like that, even if you're recording like in a different way, like with different kinds of mics, just throw this on as like a backup. You know, hit record. It'll record for 15 freaking hours. Just absolutely incredible for $3.99. This episode brought to you by DJI.
DJI.
Yeah.
DJI, if you want to sponsor us, I am more than happy to talk about that.
Yeah. Let's see what else I got on the list here. I did that. Let's see. Okay, I have some random Octane things I could throw at you here.
Okay, cool.
Number one. Here's a question I have, and I'm sure there's a reason for this, but nobody has really... I haven't found anything online about it. I don't really understand this, but... Have you ever used the Gaussian spectrum in Octane?
I don't use Gaussian spectrum. I always just use RGB.
Okay.
I know everyone, I've heard, oh, Gaussian spectrum, it's, but...
It gives you better color in your image.
Yeah, but
sure.
I just don't care. Like, RGB shader is good enough for me.
Well, when I use it, I noticed... that, like, say I open up the node ahead of time, right? And I'm trying to just emit like a color temperature, right? And I say I put it all the way down, like to like I don't know 1500, 2000, right? It's very red or warm or whatever, right? If I then say I don't like this, I go add in a Gaussian spectrum. It's affected somehow by the color temperature. And I never understood that. I'm like, why does it do that? Because you're doing these separate settings. Why does it not override? I have no idea.
Should override it.
Yeah. And Chris said, what is a ray switch node? Here's the thing. There are... This is something else that I figured out this week. So I am working on... a piece that has a reflection in it. And this particular piece, it works way better with an HDR than it does with lights. In this particular instance, I usually light with lights, not with HDR. But the HDR is what I needed for this. It looks great. It's exactly what I want. The problem is in the reflection, you see the HDR.
Of course.
Okay. And you're going to say, oh, well, just use like, what do you call it?
Light linking
the light
stuff.
ID or whatever.
Yeah.
That thingy, well, that's a light. That's not HDR. So it's like, all right, we'll go to that and then put an Octane tag on it and say, not seen by camera or any of that. Nope, you can't do that with an HDR.
Well, you can do the light linking where you say don't be seen by environment. It's the E. You click off E, and then
Oh, is
it
that?
won't be. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, but I didn't want, but I still want it to affect other things.
So you need to invert it. So what you would do is the only one that you don't want to be affected. Well, you can just turn off the environment for just the one that you don't want it to be affected. You just unclick the E one. So there's S, there's E, and then there's all the numbers. E is for environment, S is for sky, or sun or whatever.
Okay. I thought I tried that
weird.
for some reason already,
Yeah.
and it was still reflecting for some reason.
It may have been.
It's weird. It's like it did what it was supposed to do everywhere except for in the reflection.
Mm-hmm.
And so my solution
I have found that if you're going through, I've been having trouble with, and this is both in Octane and Redshift, reflections from reflections. It's like I'm shooting something through glass, and then I'm trying to get it to not be seen. And it's like, no, you can't do that.
So here's the thing.
Because it's going through glass, you lose all your reflections on the inside or on the opposite side.
Right. But
Yeah.
now when this has been around, but this worked perfect for what I wanted to do. There is a piece of OSL code out there that you can paste into an OSL texture node. And when you do that and you compile it, it gives you these sliders for like everything. Like seen by camera, or in reflections. It's basically, I believe what it's doing in the background is it is a ray switch node, I think. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But for these specific things, it's something somebody wrote, and it's so simple. But for me, it's easier than trying to go through all these weird IDs and all this, and then someone's like, oh, do a render ID and do all this, but now, and because that used to actually have those options, and now it doesn't. It's just a big mess. I don't understand why they can't make that a little bit easier. I feel like I want to have includes and excludes, and it just seems like that could be done, even if it was on the back end with OSL, it just seems like it would be doable.
Yeah. I wish there was an easier way to remember which light ID pass. Like, because I don't mind the light ID pass,
Just to give them a name.
yeah, being able to like name them or something like that would be cool. But like 1, 2, 3, 4, I always forget which number I have used and which ones I haven't. And if there was some sort of like light linking list or something like that, that would be better.
Yeah. So I got all that. There's a couple other things on my list. Number one, I don't know if you saw on TikTok, there's a Minecraft AI that these people wrote and put like had it play Minecraft.
Yes, I did. Yes.
You might have sent it to me, or maybe I sent it to you.
I don't know. One of the two.
And it's just pretty incredible to see what it's doing. Like it was watching gameplay and figuring out how to play well by watching that gameplay, and it's just
and then you
incredible.
can put in a prompt, right?
Yeah,
and
you can tell it to do
the
stuff.
thing you asked.
Yeah, and it's really good at interpreting what you're saying and figuring out problems. And I'm just like, all right, apply that now to 3D because it's coming. Right.
Right.
But somebody preemptively, I guess, tried to like pretend apparently that they made something that did this. Thomas shared this link with us this morning, and there's like somebody was stating that they had AI that would do 3D from photos or something, and then I guess somebody else discovered there's like a job posting, pay like $2 a model to make these models in like 15 minutes.
Right.
And it's like no. I think that's called like a Turing machine. Isn't that what it's called?
A Turing machine or something, where you try and convince people that it's actually a human.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. It's like the Turing test. Yeah, it's called a Turing machine, a mathematical model of computation describing an abstract machine that manipulates. No, that's not it. That's not it. There's a name for it. Okay, it's the Turing
fraud.
Test. Yeah, it's called fraud. But there's a test.
Switch.
God, somebody, if somebody can remind me like what that's called. There's a name for it where like there's a machine. It's apparently a machine, and you put a card in it. And you say, "Here, I'm giving the computer instructions," and someone's actually on the inside, doing the thing.
Oh yeah,
and then they
isn't that like
spit
a
it back
Shel
out.
Silverstein type thing?
There's a name for it, and I don't remember what it is, but it's like it's called something. But it's like that. Anyway, there's this whole Twitter thread where you can see the comparisons because they were looking at these models like how in the world is the AI figuring out what's complicated and what's not complicated and all of that, you know. It's just yeah, it's not there yet. You know, we were talking about during this talk, like, where's the future of AI? And, you know, where is it going to go in the future? Can you edit? You can have something edit for you, or have an app that's like all stuff that you love all the time because the algorithm knows what you like, but it's like creating the content.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's
you know.
a really interesting idea. Like it takes the things, it takes like people post actual videos like TikTok or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it just starts feeding you like stuff that it's created based off of the things that you like.
Yeah.
You know? Like
That's
that, like, and not even like real people and stuff like that. It's just stuff, you know?
Yeah, like even jokes. Can you imagine like
Yeah.
it figured out your humor?
Yep.
And then it just gets
I mean,
funnier and
mine's
funnier.
really easy. It's just fart
It's poop and
humor.
fart,
It's
yeah.
poop and fart.
Yeah,
humor.
poop and fart.
Amy, anytime I'm showing Amy, you know, because I only like TikTok so that I can show Amy later, you know.
Right.
And so she's gotten really tired of me at night saying, "Hey, do you want to see my TikToks?" You know, and she's like, "These better not be stupid." That's almost her answer every time. These better not be stupid. And my answer is always, I can't guarantee that they're not.
Yeah. It's just poops and farts.
It's just poops.
Yeah, I was trying to find. Kevin sent me something on the Turing machine. I thought it was called the Turing machine.
No, the Turing machine is trying to convince an AI trying to convince a
that's-
person that it is a actual person. So
Yeah, there is a name for it.
yeah.
God, I can't remember what it's called now. Amazon was doing it for a while. They called it that because they had people working, like answering questions behind the scenes or something, and they called it that. So let's see. Next on the list. Gosh, we're getting through this quick.
Is it the homework machine?
No.
Oh.
It's something
That's the
that's
Shel
been around
Silverstein one.
for decades. Even like in the 30s and 40s, there was a name for it. So, yeah. So the other note I had was Midjourney is open now fully if you want to
Yes.
try it out. We may or may not have talked about that, but I think it's important. Like if you listen to this talk that we did and you're like, man, I kind of want to try that out, you can do that now. If you're waiting for DALL-E 2, I would say it's not that big of a deal. I would say just go ahead and hop into Midjourney because Midjourney has more imagination. I think artists are going to have more fun with it. Not that you can't utilize DALL-E 2, but it's expensive to use DALL-E 2.
I mean, so when we were in Columbus, we did this live, AI art thing, and I think, there was a prompt. The prompt was, tacos in space.
Yeah, space
Van Gogh
tacos.
style, space tacos, and then we did another one, the Ohio
Hell is real sign. Yeah.
And those
Style
came
of
up really
Octane.
cool and stuff,
Yeah.
but it's like we typed in cartoon turtle or something, and like it just couldn't do it. It couldn't do it. It didn't look good, but I think DALL-E 2 does a better job of that.
Mechanical Turk. Thank you, Impulse. It's Mechanical Turk. Oh my gosh, that's it. That's it. Okay.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. Are you looking it up? You'll have to define it. But yeah, just to tell you like the rest of the if you're getting into it and you want to be able to do private though, like if you want to slide up all in Midjourney's DMs, you have to pay the $30 a month in order to do it privately. But
yeah, but you get some free ones per month, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, did you find the Mechanical Turk?
I did. It was a chess playing machine.
Yes.
And so, but it was actually someone inside
Right.
playing it the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was Brad Pitt the whole time. um, do I have anything else here? The Mike's Camp. NAB East is coming up in
Yes, it is.
in October.
That'll
That's
be fun.
happening too, if anybody wants to come out. And then also, Winbush sent me a couple things this morning. He is doing a drop with Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
So check that out. And the other thing is he's got a new tutorial out. And I think this is pretty cool. There's a new program kind of like, yeah, that one thing.
Oh, you're talking about Mixamo.
Like Mixamo.
Right.
And he did a tutorial on it, and I'm trying to find out my...
You like that I got it just from, that one thing?
You know that one thing, right? I gotta find it in my bookmarks.
The other thing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what hurts the most. Let's see.
Besides the other thing.
Where is it now? Here we go. Auto rig. So auto rig with AccuRig by Reallusion. That's
Can you bring it up?
the name of it. Yeah, I'm waiting to go through the ads here. There we go. Here we go. So this is his newest. He said it's blowing up pretty big, and he says it's basically like Mixamo, kind of the same thing. Look, you set the dots and things where they need to go, and
AccuRig.
you know, if these are coming up, they're actually probably going to end up beating out Mixamo, because Mixamo has just not done
Look at
jack.
that. You got fingers too.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I just don't understand what is the holdup with Mixamo. You know, what
Adobe bought it. That's
yeah.
it.
Buy it, and that's where it dies.
Yep.
Adobe, where products go to die.
Yep.
Or stay stagnant and be exactly the same for 15 years while you pay monthly.
You can export it to whatever you want.
Yeah.
Oh, that's killer.
Yeah. So make sure you check that out on his channel. He's got that out there in 4K and such. So,
wow.
yeah.
That's
a
rad.
good one. Yeah. Yeah. Do I have anything else here? I don't know. Minecraft. Yeah. I have exhausted my things. See, here's the deal. We usually do one of our episodes that's just us whenever we fill up a list with things to talk about.
Right.
So my list was not full yet.
Yes. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. A short, 40-minute show plus the stuff at the end.
Yeah, it's going to be another hour.
We appreciate y'all hanging out with us, It was great. It was so much fun doing this meetup, Like, community, it's something that we've been just missing, so much in this space, especially in the past few years, you know. And I'm really excited about all the meetups coming up and camp and stuff like that. And we've got some things in the works that
I think next year is
going to
be fun.
Tools.
Yeah.
So that we're excited to announce here pretty soon. So
yeah, next year we're going to be hopefully hitting up some cities and seeing people in person and documenting a bunch of it.
Yep.
I think it's going to be fun. So yeah. Anything else before we hit the dealio?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Right.
Enjoy the rain.
Right. Okay. Well, let's just pretend that we watched it.
Yes.
And sat through the whole thing, and now it's over. Oh man, that was so good.
What a great presentation.
Yeah.
So
those
proud
guys.
of us.
If you listen to it, if you want to see it and kind of see, there were a lot of visuals in that. Make sure you check it out. Mograph.com or youtube.com/Mograph. Make sure you subscribe.
Still impressed we got that on YouTube.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know how.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it. If anybody has anything that they'd like to send us, any links to anything, if you would like to suggest somebody for the show, if you've got a question, if you want to get into something, just hit us up. If you would like to join us on our Slack, you can do that. You can join us on our Discord. We hang out on the Discord just about every single day, and just chill. Like sometimes you pop in, there's one person, sometimes there's 20. You know, it's weird how it goes through that.
Don't feel embarrassed by popping in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love it when people do.
Because people are like, "Oh, I didn't want to interrupt." It was like sounded like you were talking business. And I'm like, if it's private, we go private.
Yeah.
You know?
If we're talking business, it's for everyone to know.
Right. And we'll talk
Yeah.
about camp and stuff in front of people,
Yep.
and it's all good. Like we want it to be kind of open and transparent like that. We want you to see what we're doing behind the scenes. And shoot, if you have a suggestion or something while you're like, in the Discord and we're working on something, that'd be great. Sometimes everyone's having a convo. Sometimes people are showing stuff off, and sometimes you hop in and everybody is just sitting there working in silence.
Right.
But and I think a lot of us, the regulars in there, we do it just to have the company.
Yeah.
Turn it on
Yeah.
and hit mute, and then just put it on another screen, and then just work. And sometimes
100%.
I'll have to like deafen as well because I'm like listening to
You
something
guys
or
are
whatever.
talking too much. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that too. But I mean, it's work. You got
Yeah.
to sometimes. But it's still cool to look up and then like, there's your friends
Yep.
hanging out. I'm not all by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fun to hang out in there. So hit us up if you want a link to that. If you want to join the Slack, I will say we have a lot of the same channels in the Discord, but most of a bulk of
Yeah.
the big discussion is in Slack. So do them both.
Doing both.
Yeah, do them both. And if you have any questions about things like NFTs or AI after listening to that presentation, just hit us up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, well, we're going to get out of here. You can rate us on iTunes, leave a review, also subscribe on your podcatcher of choice, help get our ratings up. Hey, make sure that you checked out our courses on our site, including Brandon's new course. Brandon's course is already being updated because there's new stuff coming out with Unreal 5.1. And if you want to learn about ray tracing, if you want to learn how to do stuff in Unreal and actually get it to respond in real time,
Yep.
or for your renders to render in real time and not like 3 minutes a frame, you definitely want to take this course. It is very advanced, I will say, but like these are the things that you have to know if you want to get into Unreal and actually use it for like quote unquote real time production. You have to know this stuff.
Yep.
So that's the next step, even if it's difficult. I mean, you got to learn the stuff.
Gotta learn it.
Gotta learn it if you want to go that route. So there's that. Then also check out, we got articles on our site. You might see a lot of them when you open up the Cinema 4D homepage, and that little homepage comes up. But we have articles that come out once or twice a month, and you can see them on mograph.com. And of course, Mograph TV, turn it on, rip the knob off. Got some upgrades coming to it pretty soon. We got a whole bunch of new content. We're going to get all of Winbush's content in 4K now.
Awesome.
We've got a whole bunch of new presentations we're adding in, upgrades. There's a bunch of stuff we're going to do. So make sure you turn that on throughout the day. It's a great thing to have on instead of the news. Make you less depressed.
Yeah.
So that's mograph.com/TV, or you could just go straight to our YouTube channel. You can say you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt with the Mograph logo tee, the Paul Babb Feel the Babb 2020 shirt. All the profits from that go to Doctors Without Borders. The Render Things t-shirt, hoodie, and long sleeve tee. The Mograph Blandishment shirt, and of course the That Render is Fire shirt, which you are only allowed to wear ironically. Bless your shams. I really need to buy a t-shirt for her.
We do.
And bring it to
to
camp.
Bring it to camp, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, we're on YouTube, mograph.com. Check us out there to see the show schedule. The schedule, as far as it goes, next week we're going to have Anna Carolina on.
Yes.
Talk about lots of ZBrush. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. And then what is after that? I believe that is Labor Day after that, right? So we won't have a show. It's we're going to be spotty. There's just like a lot of stuff going on. Yeah.
Then the 12th, Mark will be on with us talking about camp.
Yeah, we're going to have a whole camp episode. We might even like dive into like how we run a camp and all that,
Then we won't have a show on the 19th because we'll be finishing camp.
Yep. Yeah. Then we'll be back with Frederick Collin. And then I don't know what's after that. It's all up in the air. We got Robert Hransky coming up in October, I believe. Is that October 10th? He's going to talk to us about his Star Wars stuff. I know. And then a couple weeks after that, we're going to have our Halloween show. You know it.
Gosh.
Yeah.
All
What do we got in store for the Halloween show this year?
EJ and Ariev.
Well, I'm sure. Well, we should come up with some. We should come up
Yeah.
with some fun stuff for it. I think it'll be cool. Maybe upgrade the set if I have time, but I don't
We
know.
should turn it into a haunted house.
How?
I don't know.
Have different
fun.
scenes and we like go on
Yeah.
different adventures.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
like
yeah.
pop in. I'll just have like some games set up.
Or we're
How could we play a game when we're all on green screen? How could we make that happen?
know.
That would be fun.
you could do could we do like a
Oh,
no
choose,
whammy?
a choose your own adventure.
Oh.
You know, where I'll have some
That'd be
pre-made
fun.
scenes and like bring
Yeah.
in. Yeah, that would be fun.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, in my spare time. Yeah. Yikes. All right. Cool. Yeah, that about wraps it up, though. We're going to get out of here. Till next time. I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt.
Have a good one.
Later, yo.